You know what I've been doing? You know what I've been doing a lot? I've been playing a lot of CK3, Crusader Kings 3. And I got a few complaints about it. I got a few things I like about it. Now I am new to Crusader Kings, you know, so I do have kind of this outside perspective of it. So my main complaint is that there's a lot of waiting. It's very similar to Stellaris in that you're waiting for a lot of the game for things to build up, and I don't exactly find that part enjoyable. I do make the game easier on myself because I try to get rid of this waiting process by making it so it doesn't cost resources to declare wars on counties and duchies, because I don't like that waiting part of the game where, you know, everyone surrounding me, you know, has an additional 5,000 men than I do, so I can't really do much. So I'm just kind of waiting there for maybe the chance that their empire collapses, and then you can do schemes and whatnot to you know, try to do certain things, but even those, you know, they're gonna take, you know, 12 months typically in game, 8 months, which is still you know, a good time of waiting, and then there's not even a guarantee it works, you know. So there's just a lot of waiting in the game, and there wasn't much of that in CK2, which is what I liked. I think they'll probably add more stuff to CK3 eventually, because I did play a little bit of CK2, and that was fairly recently. You know, I probably only started playing like Crusader Kings maybe a month ago. But I liked Crusader Kings 2 in that you could kind of build up your character, you know. You could always have them doing something relatively interesting, but you don't really have that in Crusader Kings 3, at least not yet. Another fucking complaint I have, and I hate it so much. So, I became the king of Denmark when I was playing, and so my main focuses were Britain and Scandinavia. I basically just wanted to take over Scandinavia and Britain. Those were my only goals for the game. But you have your vassals, and your vassals will go and get all these random territories. Like I had land in Spain, I had land in Italy, I had land in Africa, and I don't, you know, people were declaring wars over these lands, you know, but I didn't want them in the first place, and I can't surrender because then I lose shit. So I don't like that part of the game. I think there needs to be some kind of range limit for vassals and who they can declare war on, because it doesn't make sense, or what they can inherit even, because it just doesn't make sense why me, a Scandinavian country in the most northern part of the map, have land in Ethiopia. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. So I think the vassals need some kind of range limit or something. And then yeah, they just need to add more interesting things you can do, because you can go on like a pilgrimage, and that's just about it. And then I'm hoping with time, you know, the mods will improve the game, but you know, we'll have to see. I'm really hoping for Elder Kings, because I really enjoyed that on CK2 for the little bit that I played it. So I'm looking forward to that. Additionally, so I was playing Spain, and this kind of pissed me off a little bit. I declare war on this guy who has 500 less men than me, okay? And so I think, alright, I got this in the bag. But I don't know if the game doesn't count mercenaries or something, which if it doesn't, that's pretty annoying. Because I will go and look at the levies, it still says like 1.5k, but this man had an army of 4,000. Okay, which, you know, it's not a lot towards mid-game or late-game or whatever, but early game, that's a shit ton. And this man completely fucking demolishes me. I don't know where he got these troops from, but they weren't counted in his, you know, not his levies, but, you know, just his total amount. And I had no clue where he was getting them from, which was pretty annoying. So, if they could actually tell you how much they have at that given time, that would be a little helpful. Which, I get that I'm just complaining the game's hard, but that part I didn't like. I felt fooled into doing something that I shouldn't have, you know. Also, I really wanted to fucking play as the Pope. I don't know about CK2 because I only played that with mods. But yeah, I think it'd be fun to play as the Pope. I wanted to play as the Pope, but I couldn't. So that was a little saddening. I thought it'd be fun to take over things and build a papacy empire. I think that would be a good thing. Also, I think they're kind of staying away from fantasy. I don't know, because like you know, in CK2, at least I think, you know, you could do all these things where you can become like a necromancer or like a vampire, or you could become immortal, you know, like all these really cool fantasy things. But I don't think those things are in CK3. I think they're going for a more realistic approach, and to be honest, that's kind of boring. Like, I don't know, you're not gonna have these like really cool characters, you know. You're just gonna have like Phil, just fucking Phil. He's bland. I don't know, not that interesting. But yeah, I think that's really all my complaints so far about the game. Probably only have like maybe a dozen hours in it, so you know, I'm gonna figure it out more. I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but so far those are my complaints. It does do a lot of stuff well, you know, like it is. I'm enjoying it, but you know, figured I'd say what was wrong with it. That was it. Goodbye.